It was like, you good, Kiki? I'm like, I'm good. I'm fine. He's like, you sure? I'm like, mm-hmm. But in my head, all the way back to the job, I was just thinking like, this nigga done got me. He done got me. But I can't admit that he got me. This is it's not it. I'm gonna have to do something. Like, something gotta give. I can't. So I started to kind of like pull back with talking to him so much because I'm just like, we already established ain't gonna be no love involved. We just supposed to be, messing around. No love. That's just that. But that moment was like the turning point. So that weekend, he went and had his fashion show. When he came back the next week, the moment he saw me, he ran and gave me a hug. And I'm just like, hey. And like, we sitting there hugging, like real hugging right there in the front. And I'm looking, because it caught me off guard, because up until this point, we would only do side hugs in the front, because we didn't want nobody to know, what we had going on or whatever not. So when he came in, instantly saw me and hugged me and was like, I missed you. I missed you while I was gone. I'm like, wait a minute. We said that we weren't going to do this. Like, what the fuck going on? Like, no, we can't do this. We can't do this. So I just like, I missed you too. Like, fuck, why did I say that? I'm like, but yeah, dog, I missed you too. And we did our little handshake, because we came up with a handshake that we do. And so we did our little handshake, and I went back to the room, asked him how the fashion show was, because he was sending me pictures while he was gone or whatever, not like of him at the fashion show. And then he was showing me the videos. When we went back in my office, he was showing me the videos and stuff from the fashion show, all excited and stuff. And I'm just like, oh. And then he asked me, was there any updates or anything that was going on, while he was gone. I'm just like, oh, the house has been quiet. Marla has not been bothering me or anything. He just been letting me be. Everything's been like smooth. He was like, all right, okay, cool. But I did inform him that, I got a letter in the mail that the emergency custody hearing has been scheduled it was going to be in a couple of weeks. Me and Carter's dad was going to do y'all remember the emergency custody that happened during the summertime, that he filed during the summertime when the whole incident happened with Carter at the YMCA? Yes, we finally had our hearing in February of 2024, and it was coming up. So I was telling him about that and how I was nervous about that. And I was letting him know, like, I ain't got to go to the court. It's all going to be via Zoom or whatever not. So we was talking about that, and then, just chilling for the rest of the day. Like really, really just chilling. So maybe about 2 days had went by. And I got a message I got a message on Snapchat from this guy that I used to talk to years ago. So a little backstory on this guy. I met him briefly when I was with Carter's dad, like right before I had Carter. Like, it was like in the beginning of me and Carter's dad. He was in my unit. Like, they stationed me at the wrong, they told me that I was going to a unit in Kings Bay, that they had changed my duty station to Kings Bay. But kind of find out, it wasn't supposed to be Kings Bay. It was supposed to be NAS Jax. But I ended up going to Kings Bay. And that weekend, I was in this unit. They assigned the guy to me to like show me around and everything. And we just kind of like kicked it off. It was like real cool, real chill, real friend vibe type thing. Like, we kicked it off. He was showing me around the base. And then after we got off work, like, he was showing me like his favorite spots around town. Like, we just kicked it for that night. Like, it was all, it was real cool, real good vibe. And then when I went back home, I kind of talked to him briefly, and then I cut off communication with him because Carter's dad was just like, who is this? Oh, this must be your new man, this and that. Like, he was just being so immature about the whole situation, because at that time, me and him was on a break anyway. So, yeah. But I ended up, like, cutting off communication with him altogether. Pretty much ghosted him. Pretty much, because I did not want no beef with Carter's dad. Then, after me and Carter's dad broke up, of course, dude found me again. And then we started talking briefly. Like, we started talking briefly. But then I met Darian. And then I started talking to Darian. And when I started talking to Darian, I kind of like pushed him off to the back, because it's like he was all the way in Jacksonville. And it's like Darian was local. And yeah, So this will be the third time he done popped back up. So he was asking me how things was going. He's like, "Oh, I see you had another child." I'm like, "Yeah," because when we first met, I only had Jackson. And then when we reconnected the second time, Carter was in the mix. Now this third time, Kion is there. And I'm just like, "Yeah, it's just, it's I think, I've been doing some things." He said, "I see you been busy, but you still ain't had your girl. Like, I guess you waiting on me to give you a girl, because I always thought you was my soulmate. Ever since I met you, I already said, like, yo, this is gonna be the one I marry." And then he started sending me old pictures of me and him that we took on that one day that we met. Like, literally the one weekend that I was in that unit, he took a bunch of pictures of me on his camera. So he was sending me those pictures or whatever not, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, all right, because he had a lot going for himself. It's like, he was 37, no kids. He was an officer in the military in the military reserve, in the Navy Reserves. He was an officer in the Navy Reserves, and then an engineer in his civilian job. He did a lot of traveling. He had multiple houses, multiple cars. So I was just like, I felt a little intimidated, just a little bit, because he was off rip, like, "No, you're going to be my wife. We're going to have kids, this and that." But then at the same time, I'm just like, whoa, shit. Marlon came at me that way too. So it's like, what the fuck? So it's like, whenever he would reach out, I would talk briefly to him, but not too much, because still at the same time, I was still, dealing with music. And music had mainly, like, the majority of my attention, because it's just like even though we weren't supposed to be falling in love or anything like that, it's just with music, everything was just, it was just smooth and comfortable. It's like that was my dog. Like, that's my dog for real. Like, yeah. So one day, music come into work, and I'm chilling. I'm chilling up at the front, like, laughing, joking. He sit down at his desk, and then he look over at me, and he was like, "Kiki," and I look at him. He's like, "You glowing?" I was like, "Huh?" He was like, "Yeah, you're glowing." I'm like, "The fuck? I'm glowing?" So I start wiping my face. I'm like, "My face, like, is it shiny? I know I sweat a lot, but is it shiny?" He was like, "No, you're just glowing. It's a glow to you." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, thank you." And then I end up going in my room, in my office or whatever not, and I'm sitting back there. I'm just like, why would this man say that I'm glowing? Like, I'm glowing. I mean, I am a little bit happier, but for this, like, it's different when females recognize your glow versus men recognize your glow. Because females will recognize you glowing before a man will recognize you glowing. So it's like, I was real puzzled. Like, why the fuck he saying that I'm glowing or whatever not? So I pull up my calendar app to check my period. I was late. I was like, fuck. Oh, hell no. 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 I'm like, you know what? Don't panic. You have been under a lot of stress, because Marlon has been making your home life a little bit stressful. So it's just like, do not panic, okay? Don't panic. Everything's going to be okay. Yeah, that ain't going to be what it is. It's going to be okay. So when I got off work that day, I went home. I went to the store, bought a pregnancy test. I got home. When I got home, for some reason, Marlon decided to come home early. I'm just like, this nigga picked the worst times to be home. Like, what the fuck? So as soon as I walked in, he's like, "Key, can we talk?" What the fuck are we talking about? Mind you, it's February the 13th, literally the day before Valentine's Day. He was like, "Key, can we talk? Can we please just talk?" I'm just like, Marlon, we don't need to talk. Why the fuck we keep having to talk?